This is where I can start a new life.
Welcome everyone. Today I want to give a first look review into Medieval Dynasty. This is not a full review, but a sneak peek into what it is and what I think of it on my first weekend of playing, admittedly probably playing it too much. Medieval Dynasty, according to their blurb, is a unique mix of life simulation, survival and strategy build-up game. Explore a huge and living open world. Build up your village and lead your folks through the Middle Ages. After a short intro to set the story, which I have left out for you to enjoy, you load into the game, where you are greeted by a gorgeous world, thriving in need. As you make your way through the vibrant world to start your story and meet the locals, who haven't received their voice acting yet, you get to take in one of the high points of the games, the visuals. Where most survival games the graphics are good, these seem amazing, but that's my opinion. After going to town and meeting with a dude with an unusual name that I cannot pronounce, you get to start the game. Like most survival building games, you will spend a lot of time foraging and collecting goods to build with, as well as herbs and other plants to help you survive. Taking a quick look at the crafting menu, you will see quite a lot of options. Don't worry, these will unlock periodically as you spend time in the world doing all the basics that you need to do to survive. These are broken down into resource buildings, storage buildings, farming buildings, with so many options that you can have quite a busy farm that even old MacDonald would be jealous of. Survival buildings, crafting buildings, these are important. They will allow you to make the prerequisites for things like your bow and other items from other buildings later on. You also have the others, where you will find traps, fires, where you can cook your food, and also, if out and about when it goes dark, sleep to pass the time. Fences and home goods such as baths. Back to gathering. You'll be doing a lot of this, which is to be expected. Some of the animations, such as felling the trees, are, well, fantastic in my opinion. They have really shown you what the developers are capable of and what to expect later on. Fun fact, if the stumps are annoying you, use your mighty fists to vanquish them. When you're out collecting goods, you will get your first skill point, or level in a certain skill. When you head over to the menus, you will get a instruction guide on how to use each menu. To simply break them down, everything you do goes into one of the 6 trees. As you can see by the yellow marker, I leveled up in survival by gathering supplies. The skill trees are quite nice with a lot of choices to be made. None are locking you out from making any others, so it's just a matter of getting what you need when you need it. The 6 trees are extraction, hunting, farming, diplomacy, survival, and crafting. I'll come back to these later. While we're here, let's have a quick look at the management tab. Here is where you can monitor your village or dynasty when you get to the point that you need to. The buildings you make here can have workers, which you can monitor here, as well as your farms, your reputation, and so much more. As you can see, I don't have anything at this point as I started a new game to get most of this footage, and even after a week and a bit longer of playing, I think I only have 4 people in my dynasty. It's not very impressive to look at. Now that brings us to the tech page. This is where your 6 trees also influence for everything you do in a specific field, again gives you points here. You can spend gold to unlock new craftable items. They can get quite expensive, so if you want my quick and easy trick to get more money, keep watching. The map is modest, it's not huge, but it's enough for an early access game in my opinion. Once you've done your first lot of quests and collected your supplies, you can get into the building side, and boy is that a big side of what you'll be doing. Between staring at the admittedly gorgeous ground textures, this is what you'll be doing most of during the early parts of the game. Try not to get too distracted while you're out collecting materials for your house, or you might become easy prey for the local wildlife. Now, the skinning animation leaves a lot to be desired, but remember the tree felling animation? They have shown what they're capable of, and remembering this is early access, I have high hopes that this will be improved. Once you've finished completing your first home, life gets a little bit better for you. You have a safe place to sleep, make food, and importantly, storage. Again, the crafting menu with food is also extensive. The best way to start your dynasty is to try get some crops down quickly. In the starting season of spring, each seed will tell you when it needs to be planted and when you can yield the crops. Again, watch your back. Now skip forward just a little bit, but as you can see, my carrots cannot be yielded in the following season, but my onions can. If you want to make some easy money, also plant as many onions as you can in your first season. Now that you have a house and a plot of crops, you can start looking to populate your dynasty. You can talk to anyone around the many towns to build their perception of you, but you'll always have to raise your dynasty reputation as well. You may also want to start flirting with as many local girls as you can, as you'll need a wife in your dynasty. She will help respec your talents if you screw them up, heal your wounds, as well as give you an heir who will eventually inherit your dynasty, allowing the game to play on after your death. Be warned, treat her right or she will leave you and take the heir. All of that should bring you to the end of the first season, going to bed and waking up to a new world. Some of the quests you have might be gone if you didn't complete them, and if you look at the world map you'll notice more have popped up. I like this feature of seasonal quests, I think it's pretty good. This brings me to the point where I'll end and tell you my thoughts on the game. Overall, I'm very happy with the $30 Australian I spent on this game. I've already gotten my money's worth as far as I'm concerned, and I can see myself playing this a lot. At the moment, my stream's loving it. If you want to pop by and watch that at any point, watch the Dynasty grow. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 7:30 Australian time. Would love to see you there. Another quick thing I'll add is the prices for things in the shops are outrageous. But like I said, here's a little tip for all of you who stuck by to watch this review. Berries. Berries are worth 1 gold piece each. They weigh next to nothing, and one berry patch can get you anywhere from 150 to 300 gold in less than 10 minutes. So go nuts. The animal AI needs some work, but it is also deadly. I have died more times to wolves than I'd care to admit. And sometimes you just have to run. But sometimes you can pull off some funny things, like I did with this bear when I ran out of spears. Overall, to sum it up, this game's gorgeous. The developers have displayed their capabilities and shown they have a clear vision in mind of what they want to achieve, as well as the foundations for something awesome. As we discussed, the basic animations should be that of the tree felling. They clearly included that to show what they were capable of, and they have set the bar pretty high for the rest of their animations. I can only hope for a multiplayer, but given how the Dynasty works, I can understand the difficulties that they might have, but I hope they work it out. A slight spoiler, but nothing major. From the intro, I hope to have more events in the world, like raiding army units perhaps, or even escaping villagers looking for a new home. Just something to liven up the world. I can't wait to see what this game brings, and I hope I can bring you more informative information as it comes out, and a further better review when I feel I have put in the right amount of time to give you one. I might not be the first guy to upload a video, but I won't rush one after a day of playing it just to be the first. I'd rather my opinion matters and not rush it just to be first. Again, thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. I hope this gives you some good information on the game and helped you decide whether you want to buy it or not.